Hello, it's Derrick, the OKC Credit King and your local credit expert. If you've been watching for a while, you know that I release new content every Tuesday. And as I'm doing these videos, a lot of them are just educational in nature, explaining what certain things are and how they work. Then, occasionally from time to time, I will talk about other items that I believe are scams and frauds that individuals or companies attempt to uh, perpetrate on consumers who simply do not have a deep understanding of the consumer credit environment. Now, this video is such a case, and today I'm going to discuss the fraudulent and illegal process known as the credit sweep or credit repair sweep. Now, before we begin, let's not confuse the definition of legal and illegal. Okay? Now, credit repair is not illegal. Credit repair is completely legal as long as the credit repair companies follow both the federal and state laws and the laws that govern this particular industry. And as long as these laws are followed, credit repair is perfectly legal, in which includes being, a licensed CSO, which is also known as a credit service organization in most states. Now, for example, here in Oklahoma, in order to practice or provide any credit repair advice, right, you must be licensed by the state. So as long as this is followed in Oklahoma, then credit repair services are legal. Now, as far as other states, you'll need to do your own due diligence, as I will only be addressing Oklahoma in today's video. Now, as a side note, be sure to ask if the credit repair individual you are working with is actually licensed. Okay? Now, whether you choose to use a credit repair company, it is your choice and your dollar, okay? Now, as you know, you can choose to hire any service that you want, or you can do it yourself, right? Just like you can hire a cleaning service to come clean your house, you can hire a cosmetologist to make you look pretty from head to toe. You can hire a physician to get you well if you're feeling sick. As you can see, you can hire a company to do just about anything you want, period. So a lot of people do, in fact, enlist the service of a credit repair company to get negative information removed from their credit reports. Now, one of the scams that disreputable credit repair individuals try to play on unknowing consumers is the credit sweep. Okay? Now, let me explain what a credit sweep is, and then I will explain why it is illegal and how and why you can actually get you in trouble with the law and not so much them. Okay? Now, we all know that the goal of credit repair, we all know that the goal of a credit repair company, it's no secret, right? The goal that they have is simply to have the credit reporting agencies, also basically known as Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, to remove negative information from your credit report prior to the period of time that the credit reporting agencies are required to do so, which is in most cases 7 years, the most, right? So this means that negative information can remain on your credit report for up to 7 years, and the credit repair company works to get this information removed immediately instead of waiting 7 years for it to occur. Okay? Now, normally letters are sent on your behalf of the consumer to challenge the validity of information and asking for the credit bureaus to validate this information. Now, credit sweeps is not something entirely brand new. It's been around, but it is newer on the other side of the spectrum. Now, there is a federal statute called the Fair Credit Reporting Act that lays out your rights as a consumer via your credit report. One of the rights that you have is the ability and right to dispute information on your credit report that you feel is incorrect. And if you decide to challenge the information on your credit report, the credit bureaus are required to perform an investigation to look into the claim and make a determination if the claim is valid or if the information is in fact accurate, right? Now, Section 605B of the Fair Credit Reporting Act is a section that is titled Block of Information Resulting from Identity Theft, right? Now, if you have been a legitimate victim of identity theft and some fraudsters have opened an account in your name, then you have the right, as it is outlined in the Fair Credit Reporting Act, to have the information removed from your credit reports. In Section 605B of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, it also obligates the credit bureaus to do two additional things that they do not normally have to do when they are removing inaccurate information. Number one, they have to remove the items within 4 business days. Normally they have 30 to 45 days to complete their investigation, but once they've received all the valid information regarding an alleged identity theft case, they have to remove it within 4 business days, right? 4. So obviously you can see the time frame has been expedited, right? And number 2, they have to block the information from ever showing up on your credit report ever again. So they have to use additional manpower and resources to prevent a lender from accidentally re-reporting the information, right? So now these fraudsters have basically abused this particular section of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and they have decided that they will market and sell this type of product of service to consumers in order to take advantage of this obligation of the credit bureaus to block information that has been caused by identity theft. So there is the scam, right? Their scam is that they are going to ask you, the consumer, you, the consumer, to pretend that you have been a victim of identity theft and that all this negative information reporting on your credit report, which is entirely valid, keep that in mind, they're stating that it was actually caused by identity theft. That's the first thing that they will do. Then the second thing that they will do is they will have you go visit a local law enforcement agency or a local police station and file an affidavit police report. That is taking the verbal claim and making it a written sworn statement. This is illegal, okay? Filing a false police report is illegal. So you are committing perjury. So basically, these fraudsters are not only asking you to lie to the credit bureaus, but they are also asking you to lie to your local law enforcement and file a false police report. Their game plan is that once you have completed this, you can then send a dispute to the credit bureaus along with a false police report and claim that all these things that are the cause of identity theft, and include a copy of the affidavit called an identity theft report. These fraudsters are banking on that the credit bureaus will then, within 4 days, remove all the information from your credit report and blocking the information from never reporting again, thus sweeping all the information that is negative from your credit report. So clearly, as you have probably figured out by now, you have been able to tell, as I've been explaining, right? It's clearly fraudulent. It is clearly illegal. And hopefully you don't need me to tell you that filing a police report is against the law, and that lying to the credit bureaus is not only unethical, but downright wrong, right? There are legal and ethical ways to get negative items removed without committing yourself to perjury on the state and federal level, where I have seen cases where individuals have actually gone to jail or prison for trying to defraud the credit system. This is something that you have to decide personally by weighing the pros and cons. Do you want a clean credit report with the possibility of criminal indictment? Or do you want a clean credit report without the possibility of even facing any type of criminal indictment? Now, personally, I think the latter option is the better option. And I've hoped you learned something from this video, and I've actually helped you to understand and recognize on how to avoid these fraudulent and illegal scams known as credit sweeps from these fraudsters, right? And scam credit repair individuals, right? Now, I appreciate your time, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or leave a comment below. Thank you.